Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of Curse of Mother Misery. Tonight we're playing the game Curse of Strahd, but it's changed, transformed, and we're playing in the system and designing a Frostmark RPG. Everything created by moi. There's a content warning for tonight of bad language, heavy topics, gothic horror, and perhaps some gore. We shall see. With me, I have a wonderful cast of players. We usually have Lady Alira, half of again Magus, played by Julie, but she got studying to do, so she will be NPC'd by the whole group basically today. But otherwise, we got Hermione, our Tuesday Warlock, played by Cookie. Hello, welcome.
Hello.
Hello.
So glad we didn't kill that kid. Whoops.
Next of the Vestalia Tiefling Bar, played by Adrian. Hello, welcome.
Hello, I'm a little cold now. I have no blanket, but we'll make it do.
And suddenly not least, we got Sir Asphodar, Dragonborn Paladin, played by Aeronox. Hello!
Hello!
Every time makes me so happy. What happened last time, gang?
Well, some things happened that you wouldn't even believe.
Wow.
And as I say this summary,
Yeah.
there will be gasps aplenty.
Already starting.
Previously, before the previous, there was a tense moment with Asphodar playing chicken with some wolves. And asserting her dragon-boar dominance, just walked on through an entire camp claiming the werewolf leader, Gorek, that he wasn't anything worth thinking about and has no spine. That led us on a heckin' hike, where we walked through the forest using our feet.
Yeah.
Step after step.
Mm-hmm.
We walked until our feet were sore. And we couldn't replace those feet. So we just kind of started to argue in that sort of hangry kind of way where, who's got a fucking map? We gotta go over the other side of the fucking river. And everyone was like, well, I don't want to do that because, my feet hurt, but also, it's cold and I get wet. And, with no one to make an actual fire because, who got time for that? The party then continued to bicker, say, I don't want to cross here, maybe further down a field. And then everyone was like, fucking more walking. We just did all of that walking, and now we have to do more. But compromises were made, and the walking was had with our feet. And so we walked more to nowhere in particular, further north along the waterside in the hope that we would find a narrower or shallower part to the river. And upon finding such a thing, eventually, the spirits being quite low, discovered that this was the crossing perhaps used by some werewolves. And we knew that because there were footprints in the sand. Footprints made by feet.
Pause, but okay.
Hey, paws can be feet too.
Potato, potato.
And so, just as we were about to consider wading through the cold river, Hamachi was like, actually, I could just summon big old fuck-off eagles and we could just carry you across. And despite the fact that we could have just equally walked across, and despite the fact that everyone collectively face-palmed that we had to walk because Hamachi just couldn't remember her shit.
Mm-hmm.
We backed away from the way to wade through the water because we didn't want to leave no footprints with our feet. Or to be tracked. And so, Hamatia did her whole spellcasting thing, and lo and behold, 2 giant eagles were summoned and carried us across like some sort of elementary school math problem. And therefore, on the other side, we were like, hey, what should we do now? Should we keep going because it's getting cold and dark? And then Nyx was like, hey, Illyria, maybe we shouldn't until like we actually scout ahead. And so Illyria and Tamati were like, cool, and went flying. But problems were had. After all, this is Barovia with mists and cloud and fog and probably, I don't know, some sort of vampire smog. It was difficult to see from above. Yet what was experienced was a moment where Illyria heard the voice of a beloved NPC that's gone too soon. Pour one out for my girl Irina.
R.I.P.
F in chat.
FF.
Yeah. The lady with a broken spine. Saying, you know, sup. And other such nonsense to say, you know, I'm still trapped here, woe is me. You know, I hope you're doing okay because what am I gonna do? I'm a freaking ghost now or whatever. Which made Illyria a little bit, you know, sad. Coming back down, well, Nyx had a little bit of a chat with Aspida, trying to convey some sort of ideology that, you know, Nyx and Illyria did the dirty. In lack of a better term. But also reminding her that their bond is still yet unbroken, where for things that really matter, Nyx and Aspida would convey truthfully their concerns and not hold secrets. Another thing that Aspida almost forgot. It was a very forgetful episode.
Apparently.
And coming back with tears in her eyes and learning a little bit about, you know, the potential of this regional prison of Barovia. The party said, well, you know, anyway, time for sleep. So we went to bed with a very quick cat nap before being interrupted by eyes in the darkness. Not feet, just eyes. And upon encountering these eyes, Hamachi was like, hey, you know, can see you. And that was a werewolf in which a heckin' battle ensued. Where, well, I guess it was just one werewolf. Which was revealed after we did some heckin' bonks. It was a small boy. Just a little one. One of the children we aim to rescue that got left along the way. And that's kind of where we left it, right?
Yeah, very much so. I don't know. I should thank you, but I don't feel like I want to.
Why?
Excuse me?
The irreverence is just, ooh. Thank you for that.
That is such a scornful thank you.
Good.
It's like he didn't really mean it.
Yeah, exactly. This was all done from memory.
With that, good job. That's for sure.
Okay, if you don't have a thing for feet, I get it. But the people in chat there are like, God, yes. The amount of feet in last episode.
Alright.
Time to open an
2
OnlyFans.
more AV to the enemies.
Is that a 3-digit health bar?
What about 4 digits?
Sure, why not? What about 5?
Yeah, at this point, you know. Oh god. Well. Well, well, well. The adrenaline that pumped through your body mere moments ago, when you were awoken in the middle of your slumber by the threat of danger, subsides as you take in the small Barovian child before you. Moments ago, he was a beast out for blood. Moments ago, he was desperate enough to attack your camp, despite his fear, to prove his worth. But now, the beast has also subsided, and Hans seems to have abandoned his original plan. In part because he was met by the bite of your steel and your magic, but mostly because he loves Meulen as a brother. How quickly things can change, to murderous intent, to cordial conversation. But speaking of change, a new one takes place within you all. In adrenaline's wake comes drowsiness. Very much so for Hans himself. All the intense and transforming emotions within him makes him almost fall asleep where he sits on Meulen's leg. After you all learn the most pressing details from him, rest takes priority in all of your minds. And thus Meulen carefully invites Hans into his tent, carries him in, and you're quite sure that he fell asleep before his head hit the pillow. Hamardia resumes the last hour of her watch, and then 2 others begin their watches and end their watches peacefully and without disturbance.
During it though. Am I?
Do you want to
I
do
mean,
something before bed?
No, as in during my watch.
Oh, you want to do something? Okay. Tell me, what did you do during your watch?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it was just something that after the end of the last day, with Illyria coming in and giving this information, it's being weighing heavy on Nyx's mind about this implication that we are never really free as long as we are within Barovia. And the people that Nyx has known throughout his childhood, and even more recently, swirls within his brain. On his turn, on his watch, before making sure there are no other staring eyes from any mounds or behind trees or shrubs. He will pace around the fireplace, thinking to himself. And then pausing halfway through his watch, he makes a nod, a resolute one, as if he has agreed something within himself to do. And he looks up to the sky and says, I have to know. And he will bring a soul out of his soul mark. A red globe drifts out of it, and he clasps hold of it in his hand and brings it to his heart and closes his eyes. And as he closes his eyes, the soul mark on his neck flourishes in a swirl of golden sparks and reddish flame. And in a heartbeat of golden white sparks that come out of his back, he will cast Fly. And go straight up.
All right. the light of the little circle of warmth that is your camp disappears alarmingly quickly from your view. As you enter into a world which seemingly has no direction. You can't see anything. Even your dark vision at this point fails you because there's nothing to catch your eye. There's just a black abyss that presses down on you. A cold wind and melting snowflakes on your cheeks. It's quite terrifying to be that unmoored, to be so exposed. But there's a determination in you. And so you continue up. To a height where the snow becomes more sporadic, the wind more fitful. Do you just wait, or do you say something?
I go up and try and listen, trying to hear any voices that Illyria had mentioned the day before. See if it is actually true. And particularly listening out for a certain gnomish voice. Or someone else.
Interesting. What should this be? Can you make me an empathy check, but with presence?
Yep.
Thank you.
I've got an inspiration that
Okay.
natural too. God.
Well, it was 100% better overall, so. The voices starts like an echo. But a lot of doubt. Is that just the wind moaning, or is it something else? Is that a branch creaking, or somebody screaming? But as your spell carries you higher, doubt is erased. And you hear the confused cacophony of people lost. You listen intently, trying to hear anybody that you would recognize, not really knowing if you want to hear them or not. And as frustration and dread grows, the souls that you had taken control of in your hand and placed over your heart to cast the spell, you lose control of one of them. It escapes your grasp, a little globule of red flying up into the sky, fast and above you. But before it can leave your dark vision, it bounces off something that you can't see. Something intangible. It levitates up again, bounces again. Levitates, bounce. Levitates, bounces. Until it pushes, still in the air, against something. But then it starts to lose shape. The little concentrated ball of light, the light within, dissipates, fades. As the confines of it dissipates and it drifts out to become a formless, misty cloud that eventually diffuses with the rest of the depressing fog around you until you can't tell the original soul that you have carried in your soul mark all this time from the rest of the environment around you.
I watch the soul become part of the mist. And in the silent, swirling mass of obscurity, Nyx understands. And begins to well up with tears. Silently understanding the fate that he has doomed his friend and compatriots, even more so than just can't get out. And gives a single nod and closes his eyes and descends down, softly weeping to himself. And as he gently touches back down on snow, he's going to go into Illyria's tent.
Mm-hmm.
And wordlessly cuddle up next to her and hold her while she sleeps.
All right. Time passes, and you sleep in a little bit, considering the escapades of yesterday and being awoken in the middle of the night. But eventually, you all gather, including Hans, by the campfire for breakfast. During the small hours of the night, snow turned from a moderate fall to a light one to none at all. And the world you wake up to is crisp, clear, and still. And now you must find clarity in your purpose as well. So, Trauma Team, how do you want to crystallize your plans for today?
I trust everyone had somewhat of a restful night after the excitement. Milivoy, is your friend okay?
Hans is still clinging to Milivoy like a koala during the breakfast, like doesn't want to let go. And there are some dark kind of circles underneath his eyes. He seems to have had a bit of a troubled sleep, and he doesn't react immediately to what you're saying. It's a bit like, what? Oh, I mean, how well can you be? But Hans, how are you feeling? Hans yawns, looks a little bit, Yeah, there's a certain fear in his eyes, but it seems to dissipate as long, like, he hugs Milivoy a little bit harder, and some of it goes away. I'm fine. It looks like the wounds heal themselves during the night, like they do nowadays.
Right. I mean, it's good that you're not injured after quite the pummeling that we all gave you. Quite hardy, despite your affliction. Now that you've had a decent night's sleep, I don't suppose you have any recollection of where you managed to wander from?
It was this road that leads to Kresk by the bridge. And then you guys did something, and I ran towards Valaki, and then into the woods when it dissipated. And when she scared me, and he looks over to Marnia.
Accuse.
Well, you know, well, yeah, I can be pretty scary. My apologies. I didn't. I mean, I didn't. What? I saw eyes in the dark, and then you were like a wolfman, and I mean, you know, you see a wolfman, so I'm sorry.
Okay, I'm sorry too. Milivoy pats Hans on the head and says, I think the Vistani meant to ask you, do you know how to get back to wherever pack stays so we can find Laszlo? And Felix and Jessica too? Oh. Yeah. I can do that. But I don't know if I'm going to be welcome. Like, it's very dangerous. All the grown-up werewolves, they're stronger than me. Very strong. Maybe as strong as the dragon lady.
It works better than when I mix it.
Do you know how many there are?
He looks a little bit confused. And then
Look. Nixon grabs his pouch and like pours out some coins in his hand, and says, like, just take each coin as one of your, one of the people, one of the pack in the cave, and just like whatever, however many coins there are is how many of those people that are there. Make sense?
Hans, you should have paid more attention to the classes that Miss Belasco has had. I think you guys have already gone over like simple maths, no? Yeah, I've been in them, but Miss Belasco's voice is really tiring to listen to, so it's not my fault.
Asphodel gives like a little chuckle.
Well, I've been with them for a week about before Gorik took me away. So Gorik got Vela and Velek, the twins, they're super scary and mean. But Vincentia is super nice. I really liked her. I wish I could have stayed with her longer. She feels like a mom. Bianca, no, I don't like Bianca. Bianca doesn't. I feel like she doesn't care for me or the others at all. Scannis is funny, and it's very funny and cute when you get to pet his wolves. I really like that. The one guy is also very nice. And then Asiana is strange. I didn't really get to talk to her much. She kind of stayed with herself. Kenan is the one that is like the youngest of them, like besides us, and she's super cute and nice, but she feels like she doesn't like us, like new whelps. That's what they call us.
Nix takes a sip of the whiskey, it's like he's rubbing his temples. Breakfast whiskey.
Asphodel just carefully listening, like enamored, and trying to soak up every little fucking detail out of this kid.
Okay.
Nix is the opposite, for sure. Like, this
my
fucking
God.
Wait, such as kid, do you have some feelings towards her? You can tell.
I mean, she's cool and all, but she's like older, and as I say, I get the feeling like, yeah, whenever she interacts with me and Laszlo and with Franz, he starts to like cry a little bit when he thinks about his twin brother that you killed, by the way.
When did we kill him?
When there was the whole, like, puppering off. Like, the other werewolves that attacked us when we were on the road.
Yeah.
Oh, hi.
Gorik sent 3 werewolves and said like, yeah, this is the test, go fuck them up, right? And then you killed one, one fled, and then Gorik said that this last one was the winner. Anyway, so I don't know. I mean, she's cool to play with. She knows a lot of stuff. Oh, there's also Suleika, and Suleika, she can be nice sometimes, but sometimes she and Gory can have those scary conversations, and I didn't like that. Then there is, of course, Kirill, and Kirill, everybody acts very respectful towards her, and she's intense. I always lose my ability to speak when she looks at me.
There's something about her eyes that draw you in, or something.
No, she got like the rectress eyes, right? That as soon as she
Disapproving.
looked, like I've always done something bad.
Did you get all of those names, Asphodel?
It would have been easier if I had a piece of paper. I'm trying to commit it to memory.
Well, I can say them again if you want to.
Please.
Nix opens his book. She's just like, God, not again.
Oh god! And it starts again. And sometimes you have to like stop to like talk about it. Yeah. Oh god, I gotta write them all down. And then we
Takes another sip of whiskey.
Okay. Let me see. Oh god, I forgot. He also talks about Groza, which he really likes. He's very quiet, but he feels safe with Groza. That should be them. Yes.
And which of those names were the kid? Or like kids like around his age?
Kennen was the girl.
Kennen,
That was the youngest of, the ones that are written here, but older than him. And then you had the newest recruits that he knew of, which was, himself, his twin brother that now is dead, called Franz, and Laszlo. And Laszlo that won the competition. And these three, to remind you all, was the three that ran away from Vallaki after the shadow creature started hurting the children in the orphanage. And after Phoenix pushed what was his name? Well, pushed one of the orphan kids down from the second floor from a window and died.
What is going on? What the fuck?
Lovely, man.
And Vela and Velik were
The twins that went with Gorik.
the twins that went with Gorik. Gotcha.
And those, when you put two and two together, you remember that there were two werewolves that were hiding behind you as you went up to the camp to talk with Gorik, and they like revealed themselves as you went peacefully through. Yeah. And they looked like, one looked slightly like female-like and the other one like male-like. Oh, that's not good. Hemo?
What happened?
Is my voice crackling?
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
Oh.
A little bit.
Robotic. Reconnect, please.
We
Bleep bloop.
Testing. 1, 2, 3. Testing.
Better.
Okay.
Yeah, better.
Yes. And he described Vicentia to be motherly, Bianca to be mean, Skenis to be funny, Kennen to be cool to play with, Devanka was nice, Asiana was strange, Grossa was calm. Kirill was intense.
And to be clear, not in a tent, right?
What? Not in a tent? What?
He was intense, not intense.
Oh, yeah. Did I say that? I'm sorry, intense.
And Skenis was kind.
Skenis was funny.
Okay, funny, and then when Sensia was kind.
Yeah, motherly. He described Vincentia. Suleika was sometimes kind and sometimes not, and had, in Han's own words, scary conversations with Gork.
And what of Devanka?
Davanka was nice.
Okay. Then I missed Zulieka.
Suleika was the one that was kind sometimes and unkind other times, and had strange conversations with Gork.
Gotcha. Okay, got everything. It's quite the number. But do all of them follow Kirill, agree with her, or are they just along for the ride?
I usually get told to, with Laszlo and Franz, to step away when they get into those conversations. But Suleika doesn't seem to like Kirill that much. Bianca, on the other hand, seems to be best friends with Kirill. Like, they spend a lot of time together. Like, they even sleep together.
Looks like a sleepover.
Yeah, but all the time.
Hmm.
Must be really good friends.
Really good friends.
But do they all agree in kidnapping children and turning them into werewolves, like what happened to you?
Well, I don't understand why they are doing this. Some of them saying that I'm getting a proper family. Others say that they're giving me the means to protect myself against dangers. Others are saying that together we're going to create this a better future. But Suleika says I'm important for something important. And I don't know why they did this to me, really. But the family part sounds nice, and I was starting to come around to it, and they were letting me out of the cage more and more when I did.
That's no family. Family don't put you in cages until you like them.
Maybe you don't.
No, they don't.
Well, the orphanage was kinda like a cage until somebody came and told me that they liked me.
But was it a cramped cage? Or were you able to talk with the kids, explore, run around, and the like?
Well, that's true, but she's not allowed to explore when the outside world is snowy and mountain.
And, well, at least in the orphanage, I would hope they don't push kids over high cliffs or force them into the fields, not allowing them to come back until food is, and if you don't, you're alone, abandoned. Right?
Yeah, I don't like those parts, but Laszlo said that at least now, if that thing comes during the night, that we could fight back.
What thing?
There was a shadowy creature that, in a way, haunted the orphanage he came from. It's since been shooed away.
Oh. Hmm.
But if I learn how to control my anger by thinking about a circle, maybe I can. If it's gone now, I can just go back to Volaki with Milovoy and just. It suited Laszlo better. I mean, he was really into it. Me in front, right? I wanna go home.
And I'll make sure you will go home with any others who don't want to be there.
Okay. So, can't I just point you in the right direction? Do I really have to? What if Carol is there? Like, she wouldn't let me leave. She's really powerful.
Well, didn't she just didn't let you come back until you did something?
Why?
What?
I was afraid it was going to punish me or something, but
From the way it sounds, they most likely would and will. You don't have to look at Kiro when we're there, and there's a fair possibility that she will be there.
right? But fighting Carol, she's so powerful, and the whole pack. Oh, sounds like you guys need friends. I can't protect you. I'm sorry. Not against her.
No, it's the other way around. You don't protect us. A child is to stand back and let those who want to protect it protect you. That's not your job as a child.
That sounds nice. That's like what Milivoy does.
Exactly. That's a family.
I try my best, Hans. I really do. This shouldn't be put on somebody so young as you.
Well, regardless, there's quite the number to face. The only idea I have are to lure a small group and annihilate them bit by bit. Not all at once.
Actually, might have an idea. So we want Kirill to do as we want. Right. We don't want a direct confrontation.
Well, at
And
this point, I don't know about that.
leverage over Kirill. And turns out that there is potential leverage.
What are you getting at, Amatia?
Yes. She has a very good friend that she probably not want to lose. If you get my meaning.
No, well, I don't. Elaborate. Maybe it's the whiskey in the morning, but
Alright, so she has a very, very good friend, right? But she has constant sleepovers with. That she might not want to lose, so if we get...
Alright, okay, listen, Nix. We're planning to use her bow as bait against her, okay?
There we go, yes.
oh, right. The old,
Wait, how didn't you get that?
The hostage situation? Oh my god, you're starting to sound a little bit like Vistani right now.
I am horned.
Kids in cages, so many werewolves, and they're... Like,
Yeah,
Hans
so-
here seem to be like a normal werewolf to me. Like, I've seen werewolves outside of the mists. And, like, whenever I've danced a little bit with Gorek to, ruin his day, he's pretty strong. And so if they talk about, like, Geralt being stronger than that, do like the plan of divide and conquer here.
That's why I want to go for the girlfriend. If it's something that she can't afford to lose, she won't do anything stupid.
This werewolf problem is twofold. One, for the people of Kresk to live peacefully, and two, for Asphodel here. She made the promise to keep the children safe. I think a decision here is Asphodel.
I thought that in doing this, it would incite war on Strahd. Are we committed to that now? If
We
the
did the
decision-
whole, hands in the middle kind of thing. There was a whole bunch of like slashing your hands and shaking with blood. It was
Yeah,
icky.
we made a blood oath on that one.
Well, you made a blood oath. I have better hygiene principles.
I was there. I witnessed it. Says Millivore.
I think we all get to go in all out.
I also want to point out here, says Esmeralda, like, taking somebody's lover's hostage to manipulate somebody, that's pretty,
What?
that's Richten-like. Like,
Yeah, that just,
I'm
if
fine
you-
with that, but are you guys fine with that?
I'm quite fine with that,
I'm
since
not
they
going-
did steal children.
Yes. I mean, are we going to have? We're going to let the people who kidnap children make them into werewolves? We're gonna be like, nah, I only in the last days. That's too far. Come on.
Yeah,
That's
and
fair.
forcing them to love them is just wrong.
Alright. Then here I go again. So, Hans, where is this place?
Oh, it's north of here, couple hours, like up a mountain, like a hill, and there's like a cave.
It's like we're going spelunking.
Certainly sounds like it. It already feels like home.
Well, we don't need Milivoy and Hans to escort us the whole way if you feel like we can handle it. I mean, after all, we have Ezzy here who knows this place, or this area, better than anyone else. And
I haven't been across the river that often.
I mean, your map tells the different story. Unless you...
Well, the tracks usually lead towards this direction, and I have the strong suspicion.
Okay. But... how many caves could there be?
It's Barovia we're talking about. I'm careful
Yes,
with my expectations.
Maybe if Hans can take us at least so it's within visual range and we can see it, then, you know, Milivoy, Hans, do your thing. Whatever you want, but we go after the girl to strike some leverage between our positions here. Because frankly, I was freaking out a little bit in terms of trying to understand exactly how are we going to get anything out of this other than a massive amount of bloodshed. This seems like an opportunity where we could mitigate the damage, especially if other kids here who turn into werewolves may lose their minds and attack us, or be told to attack us as some part of a indoctrination, you know. It's not pleasant, but it is a means to an end.
They could also be easily swayed if they are. If they realize that they don't need to kill us to live, nor have to stay with that rubbish they're spouting at them.
But you should also consider... I mean, would you really want to... Essie stops herself and then looks over to Hans. Then looks over to Nyx and says finishes her sentence in Infernal. Have kids running around with werewolf powers who are unable to control themselves?
Reply in Infernal to say, all we have to do is get them out of there, back to Kresk. At least we have the Abbey to contain them, and we can at least come up with a plan there that isn't about enforcing Strahd's army.
The Abbey? What have you been doing with the Abbot?
Hello, can you speak currently? Can you speak Markish? That would be very, very great.
Right, I'm being rude. What the fuck have you done with the Abbot?
Remember back when you were sad and we were drinking whiskey and I said there is a lot more to go over? That is for a time when we are not in young person company.
I see. Alright. After like a pause, Milivoy looks to Hans, who is like sitting on his knee and like hugging his midsection, looks down. Hans, would you be okay if we went in the direction of this cave, but as soon as they are in eyesight of it, that you and I back off? And I promise you that nothing bad will happen to you, and we will just go back to Vallaki and hope that these heroes truly bring back our friends to Vallaki too. Would that be okay? Would you be brave enough to do that? Hans looks up into Milivoy's face. There's some fear playing in his expression, but then he gives a single nod, accepting it.
Perfect. Then at least we have a direction. And You said a couple of hours? My feet still hurt.
If your feet still hurt, we can still figure a plan of approach.
Of course. I will just, I don't know, wrap my feet a little bit stronger today.
How far away are we from the basic operations?
Well, oh, okay.
To get from the cave to river usually a little bit longer than a lunch.
A lunch? Like 4 hours, 5 hours?
I usually get hungry for lunch a bit before you reach the river or the other way around.
That's...
Half a day's walking.
Oh. Well, we have plenty of time to plan whilst we're moving our little feet. So...
Right. Plus, just like when we were talking about what we would do to go up against these werewolves, we can't make a plan without knowing more information. Sure, there's a cave. How big the cave, where it is, we can't come up with any sort of plan of attack without seeing some sort of thing that gives us information. So we walk, we get there, we see what we're facing, we make a plan.
All right. So I guess we'll eventually be walking and talking.
Alright, yeah. Let me describe. Then. Indeed. Walking and talking.
You're walking?
Just gotta set the new scene as we leave the camp behind. So, with Hans, Essie, and Asfara, this stretch of your journey is made as simple as it can be. Hans knows exactly where he is going, and Essie and Asfara can together find the most easy path towards that. As part of that, Asfara takes the lead, potting the snow in her wake, which creates a path that the rest of you can trudge through with less resistance. Still, it is pretty heavy, this hike. There's a lot of effort. The snow chills your extremities and slows your steps down, making them more heavy. There's also this constant incline. At first it was gentle, but as morning progresses, it steadily becomes more and more intense as you hike up the base of the Baratok mountain complex. Is there anything you want to talk about as you are walk and talk?
Yeah, Master Elena point something out. Whichever plan we do go with there, I do have a suggestion for you, Amartya.
You do.
I do. You procured 2 giant eagles, or eagle-like things, and I got to thinking it could be used as a grand distraction. Lure them in one direction so that we have less to deal with for a while. Like have them swoop down, steal a meal, and fly off with it. Or taunt them in some manner. Whatever way to grab their attention.
It's not only eagles, but I can make giant owls. I can make swarms of little buggers,
Oh, even better. Swarms of whatever you believe that would irritate a werewolf.
Oh, they would more than irritate a werewolf.
Excellent.
make a great distraction, I think.
Soul is sharpening his knife.
Soul has a little bug-sized knife.
Tiniest knife. Like the tip of a needle or something like that. Anyway.
We also thought that we could also lure some with meat, game, captured here, and left out as bait.
Might. Would the guy, but who will we distract exactly? Because if we intend to distract the people, the people who are guarding probably the entrance, and that's one thing. And if we plan to make them get a hunting party going, that's another thing.
Well, they wouldn't. The whole pack wouldn't be out in a hunting party. If anything, it'll lure a small group. We annihilate them. Little by little, whittling them down.
So maybe the elks. Maybe I can make elks that will probably be juicy targets. Esmeralda, are elks common in this area?
Elves?
Elks, like...
Elks!
Yes, not elves.
I'm sorry, I guess I had what I wanted to think about. Yeah, true, there are elks, but up here I know that there are a little bit of reindeer population.
Do you think elks would serve as a cause for them to go hunting if we see two juicy elks? Or
It's not
one
just
giant elk, like actual ginormous elk.
I think they would be curious, but
could leave.
as long as a werewolf remain in their humanoid form, they act like, usually, like a normal human being with some haughty emotions.
They're just pissed off half-elves.
Basically.
Oh.
It's not like they see a big elk and they start like salivating at the mouth and go rabid.
So maybe bugs are the best answer here.
It's not just that. I imagine werewolves like actual wolves. You need to. It's not just seeing the animal, but leaving traces of them to find tracks, droppings. The same clues a hunter would follow to capture their prey.
Oh, I see what you're getting at. I can definitely do something similar.
Why don't we get there and look at it? I find that we're grasping at straws here.
That's what I was saying.
Well, it's simply planning ideas that, if it's applicable, we at least have them on hand to utilize instead of thinking about it later.
Are you still salty that Amatia forgot that she could summon eagles yesterday?
Hey, you didn't know I can summon eagles either.
No,
Well-
not. What makes you think I was salty about that?
Well, I don't know. You're thinking that maybe it's worth thinking about making a plan, knowing all of our resources, because we don't want to forget our resources.
sounds ridiculous. A plan is to be utilized for
I
the
think
future to keep in mind.
I think I've read this sort of term of pre-planning. I think I read it in a book somewhere. It's called brainstorming, I think. I don't know how you can storm a brain.
Neither do I. I've
Sounds
not heard of
dangerous.
brains in a storm.
Yes.
Is this like a tornado of actual brains?
Maybe it's a tornado of thoughts.
Or is it maybe like a blizzard?
A blizzard of brains. That's a horrifying undead concoction.
A blizzard.
I mean, be actually careful. Like, if we talk about this out loud, it might actually happen in Barovia, okay? Let's calm down. I would say that we identify the parts of this pack that don't like the Kirill leadership. We spur them into action by fighting alongside them to take down half of the pack, whatever part of it that's still loyal to Kirill, and then we turn on the ones that are left, divide to conquer.
And that comes to another question. How would you lure the ones that would be on our side out in the first place?
That would take some time. We'll need to establish some sort of reconnaissance, some sort of we can send Saul out there, and I can try to eavesdrop on a few conversations and check what's the latest gossip there. Latest wolf gossip, I guess.
Be mindful, Hamatir, that wolves, they've got good noses.
I mean, yeah, but I can't reach him off if it's flying.
But a large eagle would cast a large shadow beneath.
Well said. But there is also another way to solve this problem, which I know Asfeta won't like, but Essie lowers and her voice so certain somebodies cannot hear what she's saying. We could also send in Hans to talk to some of them. Didn't he mention that the Suleika person talked to Gorek a lot? And Gorek doesn't like Kirill.
Call me crazy, but I don't have a lot of faith in Hans's ability to communicate.
That, and he may well be facing harsh punishment coming in his return.
True. It's a possibility too. He's putting it out there.
Using a child as bait, I don't think I will be particularly comfortable with such a concept.
But they must leave at some point, right? At least part of them. To go hunting, gather food.
For sure. But that's a good question. Do we... Does Hans even know, after being there for a week, where food is acquired from? Hans?
Oh, you directed it towards Hans. Hans is in the back of this line and is talking with Miller voice, something about Volaki, and he looks up at his name. What?
Were you ever privy to the knowledge of where you go to get food, or where food comes from? Or what you were eating?
Oh, that was part of the training exercise, was go hunting with other people, like the older people, learn how to be a werewolf. But I also know that there's crates that Kirill sometimes comes with like materials in it, and it's not always just food. It's like clothes and blankets and furs and stuff like that. I don't know where they're coming from.
Do you remember any markings on the crates?
Oh, it was like a raven and a shield.
Does that ring a bell to Nix?
Yeah, yes. That's the Sarovich, crest.
Mhm.
It's the classic Savoie China spooky vampire crest. Okay.
It is displayed, for example, on the gates of Barovia.
Oh, okay. It's Strada delivery. Strada route.
Amazon.
Yes. it's Uber Vampire Eats.
It's like a long shield, and in front of it is like a raven with wings. And there's some decoration to that. Yes.
Well, again, not suggesting that this is a possibility, but in the spirit, Asfadar, of coming up with concepts, maybe a way to draw some out is to disrupt supply lines, either with hunting grounds or deliveries. Maybe we can come across some sort of road or tracks that symbolize such a thing.
I like that idea. That's a viable one as well. Though, if they are all hunting and foraging, quite difficult to, say, cut off the supply line when it's everywhere.
Oh,
Unless
but
the foraging is in one place, then that's easy.
just saying, keep a lookout for tracks. Maybe we don't even see any tracks.
Well, it'll remain on the mind then.
Walking and talking.
Walking and talking. All right. You talk a little bit more, mostly in circles.
If it's possible, I would like to grab Nyx for a second.
Okay.
Don't grab me there.
Whoa. Bonk again.
If a lady can have it, I can have it too.
What the fuck? Okay, stop. And go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Hey. Good. Hey. Nyx.
Mm.
I have kind of a personal question. If that's fine with you.
A personal question? Is it personal to you or personal to me?
Yes?
That makes no sense, Mattia.
I mean, it's a personal question to you. It's your personal things, but I'm trying to deduce something on myself by the answer.
Nix looks very confused at Tamatia. Like, unsure of what the hell she's talking about.
Yeah, Maria is really nervous, like sweating, and doesn't really make eye contact. And you see, I thought about something kind of funny. I mean, it's not funny. It's actually quite horrendous. Well, how did you do it? How? I mean, you learned the abbot was your father, and you didn't really seem to hesitate to kill him or at least fight him. Wasn't there any emotion there? Anything?
I had never met my father until just then.
Uh,
I mean, there was a brief introduction, obviously, at the ball, but not until that point, I didn't know who he was. So, as far as I was concerned, I was judging him on the merits that I saw at the Abbey. It would have been a vastly different decision process had he turned out to be someone that truly cared about people. But for someone that likes to build sex dolls for the purposes of appeasing a vampire lord, for his own benefit. I mean, what kind of person deforms the people around him, innocent people, just so that he can just have a little bit of peace? I mean, I treated him no more so than any other heartless monster I have encountered.
if it was someone you were close to,
What do you mean?
if it was someone you knew, someone who you knew for years upon years upon years, but you suddenly realize that they're up to no good and that you need to put them down in order to save lives.
I've not really been in that situation,
Oh,
but
you
I
are.
can
Okay, then
I can see what you're getting at, Mattia.
Can you? I have. Yes.
I don't think it's a smart decision to try and compare me killing or deciding that the abbot should die versus you going out and hunting your sisters and mother. But if you would need some sort of clarity,
I mean, it's any sort of the money. I don't really. I mean, my sisters can go to the seventh house, but it's off. You know. But she needs to die right, and I want to end her life pretty soon. But she still raised me in her own twisted way. So it feels weird.
you make this decision yourself. It is clear to me that someone that beat their child and shamed them and made them feel like they are less than a creature that is worthy of friendship and kindness is someone that doesn't deserve to enjoy the benefits of living. I'm curious though.
Yes.
I'm wondering how far you have thought this through.
I've heard I thought what through.
We know that we will encounter your mother and sisters,
Yeah.
and they will be put into the dirt.
Yes.
What happens afterwards? Not about you, not about me, but we know that there are other hags that are heavily territorial. And when a territory is then open, what happens next?
I think it depends. Might be. Well, first things first, if when we all get together and kill my mother, Strad is going to be quite pissed. Like, really pissed. They have some sort of contract, and she is protected by him in some form. I don't know what, but I think that's far more immediate concern than the two other hags vying for power, but they will. They'll probably fight over it, probably send some of their own children after it. They
You
might
never
even-
thought to replace her?
No, why would I want to replace her? To do what exactly? Be a malicious, evil creature that feeds upon misery? Why would I want to do that?
You don't have to choose to feed upon misery and be malicious. If you have made and discovered and learned that there is better ways of doing things.
Oh, I'm not speaking. I mean, sure, I don't have to feed on misery, but she does. And that's how she was born. I don't think she ever had a choice but to do this.
I'm just proposing the
Right.
question that if there is a void created by brutally destroying your family, would you not consider, for the purposes of keeping the status quo, replace that void?
Well, that's kind of out of my hands.
No, it's entirely in your hands.
It's in yours.
Good point.
So, that's not a question you should ask me. That's a question you should ask yourself. Because after we're done there, my life is in your hands. And to answer your question, I didn't think anything through when I made that deal with you. Nothing. I was on the run for my family, and well, I can't really hide anywhere for too long before I'm discovered, so I didn't really have anywhere to go. So no. That's the short answer.
Well, that was clear that you were basically desperate enough to approach a group of people who you just witnessed your own family murdering their friend and ask for sanctuary.
That's the funny thing, isn't it? I didn't really ask you for sanctuary. I asked you to just prolong my inevitable violent demise. But I didn't really give you anything I had to offer. I mean, in one way or another, I would have met my end, and it wouldn't have been pretty. So, it kind of benefits me greatly to be able to be here.
That is an interesting way to put continue living.
I'm speaking as of the train of the line of thought that I had when I met you. Today's a different line of thought. So, I didn't really think about anything through that day, but I kind of regret it. Yeah. I kind of really like being with all of you. I mean, believe it or not, but this is the best place I've ever been in.
Of course it is. We're awesome.
You are. I mean, look at you. You are stylish, and the stories you tell. Amazing. When will the book be released? Are you going to? Are you going to finish it anytime soon? Can you let people transcribe it to other terms? Maybe sign a copy.
It's more like an ongoing project. I haven't quite thought of the end yet. But I'm learning a lot I'm experiencing a lot. A range of emotions as I craft this tome. This novel.
Oh, it's not. I thought it was a collection of short stories. Oh.
No, those are just some stories that I knew when, the Vestani like to tell short tales around the campfire. This is something more substantial. I got tired of stories that really didn't mean anything and were predictable and the same plot line over and over. So I left Barovia. I was able to leave Barovia. So I could learn and experience things to make such a story that would last the ages. A story that would be told over and over. An epic tale. Something for everyone.
Just sounds amazing. And begs the question. If you were able to leave Barovia and learn all these amazing things in all of these amazing places, why would you ever come back here? I mean, this place sucks. You can go anywhere. You could have been anywhere. You could have been anyone you wish to be. Why you come back here? Why?
Because I promised a friend that there was a place for him here that was safe for him and his family.
In Barovia? What?
I was wrong, clearly. And I often think about that.
Well, mistakes do happen. Wow, that's a bit heavy. I'm sorry.
I know you are.
Yeah. Thank you for listening. That's quite generous of you.
Nyx kind of like wordlessly does a nod and picks up the pace so he's not walking alongside Hamatia.
Yeah.
Okay, birds or something like an ostrich.
Physically ending the conversation. Yeah. Oh well. Continue having some small talk, but eventually just the effort of this slow hill that get progressively worse and worse starts to take over more and more your mind, and after about 3 hours you leave the last evergreen tree behind as you conquer the first of the smaller peaks of the mountain complex Batatok. The next 3 hours are a bit more varied. Sometimes you head down, sometimes you climb up, but it's clear that you're not traveling in something akin to a straight line anymore. Now instead, you zigzag but through the landscape to make the second leg of your journey as manageable as possible. At the end of the second part, about 6 hours later, you come to a somewhat flat, snow-covered hill. It stretches far up in between two rocky peaks that are too steep and too high to even begin to think that you can climb them. But Hans tells you to head up this straight incline in between the two. And after the better part of 20 minutes, you head
almost all the way up to the cliff wall that this downslope originates from. And as soon as you come into view of that origin, Hans tells you all to stop, and he drops low in the snow. You all follow as you take a moment to breathe and take in what you see. And with that, we're gonna go for a short break. Woo! And let's see what happens after the break. Empty your bladders, refill your glasses, get some snacks, pet your pets, come back and be ready for another hour or so of roleplay. Okay. Alright.
That's not too many people.
Let's see how this goes, eh? I'm gonna go refill my drink. I'll be right back, chat.
This is my stream now. This is a Warhammer stream now. So
The sound isn't on.
I turned it on.
Oh.
Now it has green arms. Green arms. Very cool. This is the Warhammer update with Yoey.
I'm sure nothing happened when I was gone.
No, nothing ever.
No, my stream
No,
was...
we killed Strahd.
nothing
Just-
happened.
Yes. The campaign's over. No more game.
Bye guys.
Yep, thanks for playing.
See you around.
I think that's funny, like,
Warp gate opened and you were sucked into it.
Well, shit, that was fast.
Welcome to the 40th millennia.
40th millennium. We're in Lapuana's realm now.
So now Yoey is a Warhammer streamer, definitely the nerdier one now.
What?
You're a Warhammer streamer now, Yoey.
I'm a Warhammer streamer?
Yeah,
Fair enough. I
definitely.
didn't know it would be that epic and based.
Just epic and based is one word for it. It's not a word I would use.
See here. It's pretty cool though. No, I had nothing against it. Frostmark 40k. Oh god. 40,000
Can you
years into the
imagine?
future. God.
But if it's like Frostmark world, or is it just Frostmark system?
Is it Frostmark in the 40th millennia? Or is it 40k but played with Frostmark?
Yeah, these are the questions that
These are
need to be
the-
asked.
And whimpered about, basically. Alright, are we all back?
I
Yep.
don't know if. Oh, you got your egg?
I'm full. I ate before the session.
Good
Then-
job, good job. But did you have eggs before?
I did have eggs. Oh,
Fried egg
fried egg, of course.
with rice.
French toast.
French toast. Fried egg on a French toast?
Yeah.
What? Is that a thing?
That's
I
like
mean-
on the side of the French toast.
You mean it's not like a French toast sandwich with egg?
Oh, no, not at all.
I don't know. You Americans are kind of weird with your chicken and waffles.
No. It's just that
And your-
Aeronox just had to eat eggs, you know. So it's like she has her normal dinner, but there's always an egg on the side.
Eggs had to be included
Yeah.
somehow.
Yeah. I mean, she can eat a burger, and there's an egg on the side of the fries.
No, you put that egg in the burger.
Oh, that's true. That's pretty nice. What about pizza then?
Okay, the pizza's an exception. Okay,
Pizza, egg on pizza?
Yeah.
They don't go together.
What is this,
No.
Sweden?
But maybe you have eggs in the dough of the pizza.
I mean, okay, just 'cause it's bread, okay, then that technically still an egg in there. Yeah. Egg is still incorporated because egg is life.
Yay, ovums.
Where would humanity be without eggs? Imagine, like, there wouldn't be pasta without eggs. There wouldn't be egg noodles without eggs. There wouldn't be bread without eggs.
I mean, humanity
Baked
wouldn't
bread
be a
without
thing either without eggs, technically. So
Yeah, exactly. How can you have fried eggs without eggs?
exactly.
Or do you mean like evolution eggs?
Yeah.
Got it.
Every day is egg.
Egg is life.
So,
Egg is
like
all.
when it comes to Easter,
Oh no.
like is it basically Christmas for you?
I mean, what better joy is an egg-shaped object containing candy? It's a miracle. It's a
If
miracle.
only the egg-shaped candy contained eggs.
But wait, you get
Egg-
like a big ass like egg-shaped box, and then you fill that with Kinder eggs.
Now,
And
The
then
best
eggs inside there.
the best egg is the Reese's cup shaped like an egg.
Do you make those?
Yeah, they have those.
Do they like Oreo eggs?
No Oreo eggs. I know, like, the big seasons like Halloween, Christmas, and Easter. The Reese's Cup Company or whatever they are, releases themed shaped Reese's cups.
Wow.
One such is the egg.
Okay. Anyway, Cookie, are you ready? Please say me.
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay.
Let's get egging. Shit.
Stop egging us on.
Oh my god, I hate you all.
Let's not split yolks here. Let's go.
I'm gonna crush you like spatter eggs, but wait fine.
So would you say I'd get scrambled?
Lightning comes down
Strike
from
snakes.
the sky. Gonna take more lightning damage. 4d10. No, okay. So, as soon Hans warned you all, you drop low in the snow, and you observe this kind of ironic cave opening just 50 or so meters ahead, and there seems to be some kind of warm light from inside. But from here, this is all you can see.
Okay, guys. I don't know about you, but my feet are fucking killing me.
Sort of turns her head around. We've done all this traveling, and still you've not, gotten used to this.
I don't know about you, Arsvedar. I don't know what sort of walking regime you had, but I was used to traveling by cart, and this hiking, these boots were not made for walking.
Why didn't you retrieve boots that were made for walking when you were in
Kresk?
Kresk?
I don't know. I didn't like the look of them.
Well, now you're suffering because of aesthetic.
Nix, you always boast about your endurance. Now I'm not so sure.
There's a difference between endurance and blisters.
You are adventuring for at least a couple of months, and never once in your whole adventuring days do you need to tell you that you need comfortable shoes to walk on.
No, of course not. In my quote-unquote adventuring days, a lot of the time my boots were off.
So why are you walking barefoot?
Anyway, cave, big bad werewolves just ahead. Plan?
Well, this is what I was getting at. So, two of us can go invisible. Two of us can theoretically look like werewolves. We maybe need some reconnaissance?
I don't think I
Or
can.
we can have a moth. We have a scouting moth.
We can use moth. I think moth would be the wisest first horse.
But we need a place where we're not just standing out here in the open for anyone coming and going. We need a hiding spot. Everyone look for a hiding spot.
This is what I'm seeing right now is the cave opening, right?
Yes.
That's the cave. You know, Aspen kind of looks at it. You know, the size, the shape,
Hmm.
and when you saw the silver dragon. Does this kind of look like around the size of a head she's looking for?
This head is very much bigger than Argynvost. This head is
Okay.
gigantic.
Megaboss.
This is
I mean, I had to make fucking sure. 'Cause
no,
this
that's fair. That's fair. The teeth are also more canine than dragon, like lizard-like. But you know, it's good that you make sure. Very good.
Okay, just had to make sure, you know, as like, it was like little double checking on Asphida's part. Like, no.
Wait a second.
No.
Skull. I'm looking for a skull.
Is this a dragon skull?
Was Argynvost lying about the size of his head?
Was Argynvost?
And, you know, she looks at it, she's like shakes her head, and kind of was like, no, it's not as majestic.
Yeah, like for size, this is like a.
Is it doodle time?
It's doodle time. This is like a human being, right?
Hello.
Hello.
That's why has he got a giant penis?
Because it's you.
That was Nick's, got it.
Literally a third way.
It's a tripod.
Fucking tripod person.
Way too loud. Oh my god! Focus! Hunting season! Roar!
Woof woof.
Woof woof, motherfucker!
Bork.
Okay.
Okay, hiding spots.
So you're basically out in the open. So like to describe it again, you have like two. You're basically in a ravine, but the middle of the ravine has this flat slope that goes up in a very steep incline towards the cliff face, which is basically the rest of these mountain peaks. On both sides, you have two other mountain peaks. And it's just basically this little valley that you're in, but just at the tip of the valley where it ends, right?
Oh, right. So it's kind of like this, where like you've got the entrance here, and like this is.
Yes, exactly.
Mm-hmm. The entrance that way.
Yes. And it's like a long walk with the snow and the incline. It's like 20 minutes to get there, you know, to here.
That's enough minutes.
Okay, we're in the bottom of a ravine.
Top of the ravine. It goes upwards.
So the entrance at the top of the ravine or the bottom of the ravine?
At the top of it. Like,
Okay, so we are at the bottom and we're walking up,
They were walking up.
Yes.
inclined. Yeah.
yes.
Okay. Hiding spots.
I look for the hiding spot.
I also look for the hiding spot.
It's-
Asphoda makes a hiding spot. She's using the power of mold earth. She's gonna make a hole fit for her, and then put the loose earth on top of herself, with her eyes poking just right above, and her scales match
my God.
snow.
That's nothing.
Oh my
She's
God.
gonna like huddled in there,
This
like
is
in
like
the good old days.
this is like Asphoda's version of like a box, you know.
Like a ghillie suit, except like it's only stationary. She can't move.
You
Literally a husky covered in snow.
You
Yeah, like
can
the good old days of Asphoda.
Google days.
you can also I didn't mean to use that too. You can also just run up to the side of the opening and try to find some place to like hide behind a rock or something like that.
That's what Nix was kind of alluding to. He gestures towards the entrance. Like as for the good thought, it's 20 minutes away. I don't know if sitting in the snow is going to help us at this, but closer to the entrance. We want to get in and out relatively quickly for reconnaissance.
I thought you needed to hide now, and she stands up from her hole.
I
Well-
practically didn't because
It's like
very
a
good
hide.
comment.
You have
Yeah.
already walked the majority of these 20 minutes, otherwise the entrance wouldn't be in eyesight. It's basically like 150 meters away from you currently.
Okay, so let's do the whole maybe stealth up, or try and make sure like we try and make ourselves less visible from the entrance directly by going to like the sides of the wall, up one side maybe,
Yeah,
like whatever is possible.
fine.
Yes, you're on this side of the entrance. It's basically, you know, where we're looking at is where you at currently. So do
We
you want
tend
to
to
go?
be like there's like a big old rock over there we can hide behind.
Yes. But then you need to cross this area, right? In front of
Oh,
the.
I thought we were going up like we're coming this way up, right, from the ravine. So we just like go that way instead of we go that way.
Ah, okay. You go down a little bit first, and then you go down just to make sure you don't. Yeah.
Just our approach is on that side. So
All right. Okay. And you let's. Who are we gonna use? We're gonna use. Gonna use Nyx with the sore feet as our little.
like sore feetsies.
Yeah. Okay. We're
Oh,
gonna
feetsies.
hiding over here.
Because it didn't have. Wait,
No,
what
Illyria
was
has
supposed to be?
someone has the boots. Who's the boots?
I think it's Illyria.
Oh,
I thought
so-
it was Asphoda.
No, I think Asphoda has the boots.
Asphoda has
Okay.
the boots. Yeah, because she's always in disadvantage, so she has a normal roll now.
Yeah.
Yay!
At least I think you're a disadvantage in stealth.
Draw
Yes.
a two.
It is. Alright, okay, so we're using Asphoda as a symbol of the party. You're over there now.
Yeah. She does the same thing. Make
You
a
crocodile
hole in the dirt. She's make a hole in the dirt, get in there, put the dirt over her with the snow and on top. She's one with the earth.
And the cold doesn't bother you anyway.
The cold does not bother her. This is again childhood hunting tactic.
I don't suppose you can make like some sort of enclosure to allow Illyria to come get this guy's too. Like a dome of snow, maybe.
I don't move the snow, I move the dirt. I can make her a hole as well, and she'll mold earth, make an Illyria-sized hole for her to squat in and get covered over by dirt.
It's a snow grave. I
Yeah,
mean,
little snow grave with your eyes poking out of it.
Guys, like, I'm not sure, but, I don't know if you know, but the cold kind of bothers me. Like, this is gonna be really cold.
I'm not doing this. I'm going to find a little crevice to hide in, and that will be more than fine.
Then hide in a manner that's comfortable for you. This is the manner in which I am comfortable with, given my large stature.
I see. I mean, I don't see because you are quite lucky.
Essie giggles a little bit. I think she looks like a snow shark.
Can we make a snow asphodel with like a little...
But let's just dive behind this rock over here. Just sit down over here.
Right.
I'm coming.
There's like
Already
behind the
in
scene here, you know?
position. She's already in position. She's made this hole, and she's lying in this hole.
Okay.
Right. So
moth?
stay put. Moth? Oh yes, indeed, moth. Let's do moth first.
Okay, Sergeant Soul.
Aye aye, today blood will flow!
First things first, we need some reconnaissance, so I want you to get over there and report back anything you see. If you hear any juicy gossip, you tell me. Oh, something about Kirill. We don't like her, you know? Something along those lines, some sort of advantage. And if you see the girlfriend, someone being all smooshy, also tell.
I'm pretty sure the soul can't understand anybody but you.
No.
Well, technically, Nyx could speak with animals if he was so inclined.
No, but I know it's telepathic, so even if you could speak to animals, you can't understand what me and
No, I
Soul
can't
do.
understand what you and Saul are talking about. No,
We're
it's
just like
those-
gazing eyeballs together.
No, I wonder
Oh, you-
if... I don't think soul can understand.
Can't it?
Oh, no, actually, yeah. The languages you know but can't speak. Yeah.
So?
Yeah.
Okay, so, yeah. It's only 20 meters where you can see through the eyes you want to send him. Okay. What? Okay.
I will report back. I go wee!
No, my child. Don't slay your enemies.
And so goes we.
So goes we.
Alright. So I need Soul to make me
Stove check.
yeah, a stealth check with
Advantage because it's dark and he has to think.
dim or dark environments. It's not that dim in there actually, surprisingly.
So,
But it will have to be cunning, but it's still like a tiny thing, so I'm still gonna like give mental like advantages, like or disadvantages to anybody noticing him.
hi.
But it will be cunning actually moving about in this space, so give me stealth cunning.
Cunning +1. Okay, he is not proficient in that. No, he is. Oh,
He is.
Good. Go. So that's a +2. No, fucking anti-fire. Don't wait. Okay. 19! Holy shit.
Oh!
Yo.
That's a
Yo!
Soul is ready to roll.
Apparently so. Yeah, there's only one roll here that would notice him. Yeah, okay. Okay, Soul is gone for like 15 minutes. You get like angsty during this period. Nick's like stamping his feet or massaging them.
My dogs are barking. He's like putting them in the snow just to like calm them down.
Yeah, but 15 minutes later, Soul comes back. And lands on Maria's shoulder and makes like a little salute with one of his legs.
Alright, so I have scoured the enemy territory to find out where
Toy.
the enemy's territory. My language is perfect, don't ever think to question it. So, I scoured their future gravesite.
Yes.
Yes. So, there's like a platform just when you enter into the jaws of that strange opening. Where there is a big ass wolf and a woman looking bored with a spear. Oh,
Spear. Cool.
okay. And then there's like an opening to the right that leads into like a room full of stuff, and it has a pool. There's nothing else in there. But then if you go to the left instead, there's like several small openings in like smaller caves in the left side of the wall, where one there's like a really there's like an old man in like a group of wolves who has a flute, and the music is not sounding good. No. It hurt my ears.
Oh. He's okay. Do you need some treatment?
I'm just getting more murderous.
Okay.
Playing music that poorly should be punished by death. And then it goes into like a bigger room straight ahead with a bunch, like some pillars of stone. But there's like a sleeping area next to the left where there's like a smaller woman and an older woman. They're talking and playing cards. And then there's another opening to the left where there's two big wolves and another woman, and then there's a bigger opening to the right which has a weird statue in it, and so like cages with children.
Oh, children, you say? Good.
Yes.
Good. How many?
What is my intelligence score? I need to see if I'm able to count.
Are there big, lots of children, or not so lots of children?
Six. Okay.
How many legs
Okay.
do I have?
Never mind.
About how many legs I have? There were children.
Oh, okay. So approximately 6.
Maybe.
Good.
And then there was, straight ahead, there was another sleeping area which had a lot of furs, and then there was like a curtain hanging in the way of some other opening, but it was too heavy for me to fly into. So I came back.
Job, so good job. Good job. Here, you get a little scratch. Come on.
Oh, I like that. Oh, yes, a little bit to the right. Yeah,
Oh,
there it is.
anything you wish to share with the group? It's
Yes. Whoops. You saw me staring at him for 2 minutes right now, didn't you? Okay. And I relay this information.
Oh, yeah, and there was also a woman kneeling by the statue in the room with the cages with the children. Forgot to mention that. So the information was that straight after the cave opening, there was a platform with a woman and a spear and a dog. And then to the right of her was a room full of stuff and a pool, but nothing else there. And then to the left, there was an old man and a bunch of wolves. Then it opened up to a bigger room filled with stone pillars, which created like smaller alcoves. There were also sleeping arrangements where one had a younger woman and an older woman, and the other one had 2 big wolves and a woman. And then to the right, it was like a bigger room with a statue, a kneeling woman, children in cages, and then straight ahead from that bigger stone pillar room was a sleeping alcove that was empty but had a lot of furs, and it was a curtain the soul couldn't go through.
So, basically what you're saying is we need to take down the guard at the cave entrance, otherwise the shit will hit the fan. So the question is, do we want to sneak in and surprise them? Or do we just go at it?
I don't think we can surprise them. It's only one way. We didn't find any other alternative.
Well,
There is no back door. Maybe we can put into motion the distraction plan.
That's technically not correct.
Oh, what do you mean, so? She goes back to staring at him.
Hans and Milivoy are like hiding with you here. So it was Hans speaking up. Oh god, their voices.
That was technically not there. But it's hard to get there. That's where Gorik smuggled us out.
Oh. Oh. How hard is it?
There's like an open area up there above and to the side.
And Hans like points this way.
In all the time that Soul was scouting, was it more than a minute? A minute that Asphodel could do a pop of primeval awareness?
Oh, yeah, it was 15 minutes, so you could definitely have done that, for sure.
Cool. All right.
How many humanoids is within 1 kilometer? 10 kilometers.
10 kilometers.
so many.
Humanoid and undead, right?
Yes, and I can differentiate between the two.
Yes. Thankfully, no undead. Wow, that's the first one.
Too cold for them. Too cool for undead.
Let's see. One second, I need to check a map. I'm not entirely sure. $11. On top of you. On top of you.
Oh, above us.
Oh no, except for you guys. You know, you can sense you as well. Like.
Okay,
Illyria.
so 11 minus us.
Yes.
Okay, so that's 6.
Yes. And they're all in the general area of, you know, within this mountain. Cliff
Okay,
wall.
so alright, so there are 6 currently inside this cave, and none else around outside.
No, 11. There are 11 inside there.
Okay, so there's 11 inside there, not including us, and
Yes.
none currently outside within Asphodel's radius.
No, not within 10 kilometers.
Okay, excellent. 10 kilometers is, quite big.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. NASA will relay that to them. While Soul was in there, took a sniff. There's 11 currently inside. 11 inside, nobody else outside within my range.
Okay. Well then.
And also 6 to 8 children in cages.
My first thinking here is we could go invisible, Hamati and I, and get into position, and then you distract, and when or you make a noise and it comes out, and we try and mitigate at least the entrance. Once we're inside, then all bets are off. Then we just make it up as we go in. But I think maybe this would be easier for us to infiltrate and find if there's like an alarm system, at least in the entranceway, and disable that before you guys just gesturing to Ezzy, Asfada, and Illyria.
We get to stabbing?
Walk in blasting. Stabbing, yes.
Oh, that's blasting with magic, you mean?
Illyria is known to blast. Asfada more stab. Ezzy blasting?
Ezzy, how do you fight?
Crossbows. She's a great shot.
Hey, I can do more than just shoot. I can do a lot of things. I can cast magic. I can fight with 2 weapons.
Oh wow.
I can fire magic and have a weapon. And I can shoot. Whatever is necessary.
Don't have to show off.
I will, and I can.
But can you go invisible?
Can't you do a combat roll?
Yes, I can.
Really? Well, this is an interesting turn of events. 3 of us can go invisible.
That's basically how I survived Casa Ravenloft.
The sneakiest of us would
Probably me.
go in, which would not be me.
No. I mean, like, the 3 of us can turn invisible, go inside, assess the situation, and then the moth come out and, like, flap at you to come in, and we can, like, take them by surprise.
Oh, I can imitate both.
Very well then.
But Hans were talking about there was a second entrance that is hard to get to. Maybe we can go in through the back door. I know you like that.
Yes, where
I am partial to such a thing.
you would be less expected in that back door entry.
But I doubt that Nyx has the endurance or the balls to climb.
Excuse me?
Yeah.
I have
Miss
all
complain
sorts of-
about your feet.
Well, I'm sure. I mean, we're here already, right? I already got the blisters. There's not like I can get the blisters on my blisters.
You would be
So-
surprised.
You can, they just get bigger.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's nasty.
Start to bleed eventually. You know.
Nick starts to get horrified. Like, what?
So, back entry then?
Let's try the back entrance. It's probably not used so much.
Hey, but what's the plan once inside? It's going in, bells blazing, or
Well, let's focus on what we are trying to achieve. We're trying to capture a girl
but I rescue the children.
Yes.
and rescue. Yes, of course. But I think once our presence is known, we have to defend ourselves, and I think this is where Milavoy and Hans can not join us. We can go in by ourselves.
Agreed.
Yes, I think it's better that I stay here with Hans.
Alright. So,
And if it comes down to it, we have all agreed to not pull our punches here.
absolutely not.
Illyria nods. Yes, we need to do this.
Then let us climb.
Okay. Everybody who's climbing, tell me how you do it. Or give me an athletics brawn. Like, unless you
I
got
do it by holding on to Asphyda.
Click onto Asphyda like
Oh
a
Yeah.
koala.
God.
onto your tail like you're some sort of mountaineering equipment. Like a.
That will give disadvantage to her roll, but I will allow it.
Damn it, Nix, you're making me do disadvantage.
No,
Is this what he's gonna do? He's gonna like cling on to
It's
Asphyda's little chunky
fine.
tail.
It's fine. Nix will somehow. If he can't climb it, he'll fly up there.
Fly up there, sure, just fly up there.
But
Give me athletics, Braun, to see how it goes, unless it is against your principles of even attempting to do it. Oh my god, Asuna.
You know it is. It's 22.
I don't
She's
necessarily
climbing
guess
up
my
just
principle.
fine. Like a mountain.
Oops. Sorry. GM roll.
Oh, I can see that though.
I know, but I by default do GR.
Yeah, me too.
Sorry.
Me too. This is Illyria. Oh.
People, I don't want to be a party pooper, but I'm not exactly strong, and she reveals her muscleless, skinny
Little arms.
noodle arms. It's not even noodle arms, like actual bones.
Illyria tries to climb a little bit, and immediately she slides, and there's like a rock that falls.
I can summon the eagles.
I might need that. I'm not the strongest either.
How far are we talking? Like, do we see where the back entrance is?
Hans is pointing, and it's a little bit hard to see with, the snowfall and everything, but it's like up here.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So it's
Pretty high.
pretty
Yeah,
high.
might as well get some animals then.
Okay, here we go. She starts concentrating and okay, summons the eagles! The eagles are coming!
Alright. The eagles are coming? Oh no. Alright.
Acid is like all climbing and we're just like getting on birds.
And she's climbing like so well and like even in her armor. Nice.
Turn the sword check.
What
Nice.
about Essie?
Essie is doing okay. There's like moments here and there, and she gives the two birds as you fly past her a very sullen look.
Hey, you could have waited, but you chose not to.
Oh, fuck this! Oh, this fucking eagles! Oh,
We can give you a lift later if you wish to.
shut up and just go! Let me focus.
Hamada is gonna take Illyria and herself on the left, and then she'll come back ask for that with Nix.
All right. Yeah, no problem. Eventually, you make it up there.
Okay,
Yay for trivialization.
I can still use the eagle to distract the guards at the entrance.
Let's do this one instead.
I mean, we do have two big eagles on our side right now.
I'll say keep them. We don't know exactly what we're getting into. Let us wait, this area here, does it look like there was like a ritual here?
There is a ring of stone that dominates this rocky ledge on this mountainside. Within the ring, you see old spattered blood and small gnawed bones. Lying on the ground outside the circle, or stabbed into the ground, are several spears stained with blood. That's what you
It
see.
looks like a combat ring or some ritual.
For now, I suppose, pay it no mind. Simply have to focus on the task at hand.
Right. Let's keep going.
But these are, spears
Yes,
or javelins.
spears.
Yeah, she'll take some.
Okay.
Spears.
Nice.
Throw them.
All right. How many do you
How many
want?
spears can she take out of here?
How many do you want?
She'll take all the spears.
All of that.
Okay, well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. They're stuck pretty heavily into the ground, but here we go. You should be able to see, right?
No, we need to have your things.
Blind!
We're blind!
I see darkness.
It's so
Like
dark.
I'm peering inwards.
Oh god, and I accidentally clicked back. Oh my god, professional streamer right here. So awkward. Once again. Oh god.
Pro stream
Pro
event.
stream. I'm god.
And as she's like taking as she's taking the spears, she will cast second level armor of cold on herself.
Nice.
Okay.
I will roll that resolve. Yeah.
That you basically make a spell attack versus.
From this perspective, it does
Oh,
look
I
like some
muted
sort of like a bite ring or something.
You basically
Like,
Oh, there we go.
yeah, I mean the screen before didn't look so much, so now this looks more like a combat ring.
Oh no, there's gonna be combats.
No, as in like this is because we knew that they were doing trials for werewolves, right? So
Yeah.
this could be a similar sort of deal where they just fight amongst each other.
Oh, this is like the sparring pit.
Yeah. At least that's what it looks like.
This is where they go to see some professional werewolf wrestling.
Yeah, they all get lubed up.
The Wolf of Taker versus Wolf Cena.
all right. You were gonna cast. Which level did you cast that?
Second level, and I rolled a 15 on that resolve check.
Then resolve is your spell ability score.
Oh, then that would be composure. Still a +3.
Okay. It's basically you do a spell attack versus the DC of the spell, the DV of the spell, and it's 13 plus the level of the spell, which you make. So good.
Ooh.
Good. It's 12 plus the level of the spell. So 13 for level 1. Yes. And you see this clear kind of walked path towards a cave opening over here.
Let's try and see what we can see. And Nyx will stealthily approach the entrance.
Okay. Make me a
Marcia will
stealth
follow stealthily.
dexterity, please.
I'm so stealthy I don't even know it.
Skill check. Oh,
6 of them.
Stealth dex.
Stealth dex.
Stealth dex, please.
26.
Holy shit.
Whoa.
Rachel 19. Marty is a sneaky gal.
Nyx got 25.
Well, I got
He's
more.
used to... Nyx is used to sneaking out windows, you see.
Oh my god. Why is everything if Nyx is about fucking?
It's backstory, what do you want? He's a bit stunning.
Essie got a 19.
I'm very stunning, so I have to fuck everything.
That's their culture. Sounds guys were around there. Yeah, don't appropriate my culture.
Yeah. It's fucking cultural appropriation.
So,
Yes.
are all of you going, or some of you staying? Like, how are you?
I think we're all going.
All right. Then we need to roll for Illyria too.
Yeah.
Yes, I will do it.
As for that one,
And Asper's like staying back, right? Because you're stealthing to see what's up, and then you'll send like Soul to like, all right, time to go in,
Sure.
right? Yeah.
that could work.
Illyria gets a nat 20.
Goddamn.
Okay, that's pretty good. Okay, all right. So,
I am the knight.
Asper will like at least move right around the corner, so
Okay.
she'll be like right here at
What
the mouth.
Birds too?
what do
No.
you tell your birds?
Wait for a signal, I guess.
Yeah,
They
I
could,
know.
like,
They'll just currently snuggle behind. Currently snuggling behind this rock. Yeah.
yeah, like
Mm.
perching somewhere up here too.
They're our getaway.
Yeah.
Alright.
Keep the eagles running.
Yeah, there are Ubers.
There are Ubers.
Flying Ubers.
Okay, then let's do this.
Give us a lift.
Don't be suspicious. Don't
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 be
be
suspicious.
suspicious.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Oh, spooky.
Oh no, it's the spooky music.
It's the stealthy music.
It's the sex doll music.
How like stealthy is Esmeralda?
She's pretty stealthy. Like, not as stealthy as you other guys are. She seems to be a little bit distracted, but her experience with being stealthy definitely shines through. So, looks good. Looks good. Still.
Yeah. Team stealth. Let's go.
You guys walk through this at times 2 meters wide, at other times it widens to 3 meters, winding tunnel that seems to spiral downwards for 20 or so meters until it widens out a little bit here and straightens out. There is roughly hewn stairs below your feet that leads down to this heavy set curtain that is right in front of you. And as soon as you enter this tunnel, just like 5 meters in, there was this iron sconce on the wall with a torch, and it's lit, giving light to this area. As you also go deeper into this cave complex, there's a warmth that meets you. It's not like the warmth you would expect when you enter like a well heated house, but it's definitely warmer than you thought a cave in the snowy mountains would be. There's also the smell of wet stone and moss, smells of slightly like wet and at some like a little twinge of it, but not too much, of like rotting leather and fur, and also the smell of this is an area that humanoids habitually move in and stay in and inhabit. These smells are not overpowering or rancid, but they're definitely there. They're significant to you. There are some soft sounds of light conversation, a whimpering of a child, and the sad tunes of a flute that sometimes turn discordant and a little bit grating on the ears.
Is it a tune that Nyx understands? Like, is it like a cultural tune?
It sounds pretty haphazard to you. Rather random and instinctive than like a properly composed song or piece.
Mm-hmm. Okay, like a made up impromptu emotional.
A bit more like that. Yeah.
Okay. I guess we're moving forwards stealthily.
Yes. Is this place lit or is it dark?
She said that there was a single torch on the wall.
There was already a torch just like 5 meters into this narrow cave that you went in, and then at even distances from that there are more torches, so it's pretty well lit. I wouldn't say it's the brightest ever, but it's above dim actually in here.
Oh, cool. Cool.
Okay, so you reach forward and gently try to part the
Is there a curtain?
yes, there's a heavy
Yeah.
curtain right in front of you.
Yeah. We stealthily pull the curtain aside and peek in.
Yeah.
Okay, if you're pulling from that side, let's do this.
Nix whispers behind. Don't see anyone.
Yet. Is that a moth? Oh no, that's not torch.
Yes, it's a torch. You enter into this space that is strewn with personal affects. There's like a cot lying on the ground with some kind of makeshift pillow. Seems to be like a trunk in a corner and a bunch of animal skins of different kinds strewn about on the floor.
Like a bedroom. Keep going.
Okay.
Be suspicious.
Don't be suspicious. Yeah. Suspicious. I should probably take the back line. I can't afford to be hit right now since I'm keeping the eagles.
Nix comes to a point and peeks around the corner and sees a actual person there to the west.
Yes.
And he puts his hand up to hold the procession.
You kind of lean against the stone, I guess. Just out of view. Yeah. This little alcove opens up here to this bigger area with several tunnels, but it has this central pillar of rock. And directly down there you can see a younger Barovian half-elf woman, more like a girl, teenage years somewhere, and she has her side to you, and she's holding a handful of cards, and she's conversing in a pretty low tone with somebody.
Handful of what?
Cards.
Oh, cards.
Yes.
Like Taraka cards.
Playing cards.
Oh, playing cards. Okay. Nix takes another step. I see another person.
This one is definitely older, past her prime. Has these dark, kind of damp, reddish hair. At some point, kind of looks like dreadlocks. There's like feather and pearls and beads haphazardly in her hair, and she has this long, fur kind of mantle that hides most of her rather gaunt frame. And she's playing cards with this younger woman and talking back. Also, she has her side to you as well, but her angle is more, a bit more in your, towards you. Like slightly to the side to you. Like she is looking like this way,
Mm-hmm. No, she's looking down at the cards, but she has that line of sight.
Mm-hmm.
There are two here. Nick steps back. There are two here. Two women. They're playing cards, distracted a little bit. don't know which way we're going. And he like points towards the southeast. Are we going down there?
What are we trying to achieve?
Well, we're trying to find the girlfriend, right? I don't know exactly what the description is.
Shit. We forgot to ask that, didn't we?
Not too late. We have equals.
That's true, but do we want to back away now?
But it's no problem. I mean, it won't take but a minute for Mattia flies down and one of them asks, "Hey, who are we looking for?" I think it's safer this way. We don't know who we're looking for.
Right. Let's do that.
We back out.
Okay, back out.
Okay.
Mistakes were made.
Short-lived.
Good job, guys. We did a thing.
Alright.
Yep.
Yeah, but good time.
We're gonna go somewhere else. We're not gonna do this now.
Yeah.
The
Something
vineyard.
about wine production. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god! Yo!
You know, the castle doesn't seem that bad, you know.
I'm looking.
Yeah, you see, ask for them and say, we didn't really know who we were looking for. There's 2 women in there playing cards, but, Hermati, would you mind jumping on one of your birds and go down asking, or maybe
Yeah.
ask for the...
Yes, I would mind.
And she, after letting out a little bit of a quiet cackle, she will jump on the edgy bird and she will fly down.
The dusk bird?
Yeah.
Alright, you fly down to Millevoy and Hans, and immediately they give you like a stressed look on their face, and Millevoy like half whispers, What is happening? Are you
Hey,
alright?
hey,
Is everything going
yeah,
well?
Yes, we're fine. Listen, the really good friend of Kirill. Can you give us a physical description of her?
Bianca?
Yes, that one.
Oh, well, she's blonde, like really, really blonde. Oh, blue eyes. Oh, hair that goes just past her shin. Older than me and Kenan, at least. But not as old as
Oh.
Vincentia.
Alright, thank you. Do we need to know anything else? Just stick around, I might ask something else. Okay, I'll see you around. Thank you.
Oh, okay, good luck.
Back, bye.
And she flies back up.
Okay.
Friends, we are looking for a blondie.
Okay. Any other defining features?
I describe.
Yeah. Blonde hair.
So, short blonde hair with blue eyes.
Yes.
Slightly... Not too old. Does that description match the first person that I saw?
She looked like a teenager.
Okay.
15, 16, maybe about there. So maybe. Her hair is blonde, but it's a sandy blonde.
Okay, so not blonde. Okay, so we're gonna sneak by them. Okay, so the 2 people playing cards. We're trying to sneak by them and head further in. Let's do it. Round 2, let's go.
Okay, alright, let's do this. God. Alright, let's roll again.
And Aspa's just like, alright, okay. And she has her halberd ready, waiting in front of this opening.
Yeah, 21 for Nyx and 21 for Illyria.
And the same result for Essie again, 19.
Nice. Let me check. Doing the stealth.
Yes.
Don't be suspicious.
Don't be suspicious.
20.
Okay, still, that's an average
of about 20, yeah. 20.5. Okay.
We go in.
Then we go in again.
Around the area.
And as we go down, okay, move the curtain.
Red around.
Yes. We shall move the curtain.
It makes like this like hint of lighting.
It's like slowly push it to the side, not to having like the hinges of it squeak, you know.
Yeah.
Axolotl, hello there. These are not
Yeah.
the droids you're looking for.
Hey. Here we are.
Yes.
Right, we're going this way. I'm trying to sneak by.
Okay. All of you together. I'm going to, since you're kind of passing into the sideline, this is more than just passive perception. This will enter into a roll. Not from the younger one, but from the older one, since you're kind of passing through
Sure.
their eye
She's
line.
got bad eyesight, probably.
Well, let's see, shall we? Gonna be with composure.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
Wow. Okay. So, with bated breaths, you, as fast as you can, and still as stealthily, you sneak by her sightline while she is looking down.
hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Now I can. What about it? Can you hear us? No, don't do
Okay.
this to me. Ah! Why? Why? Final boss of... Welcome back. Hi.
Ruh-roh.
Bro. Indeed. A bit of chat chaos. A live mushroom jumps up to you and starts biting you. Oh god.
Oh, no, roll to attack. Joke's on
Cookie?
you. I want the mushroom. Cookie is not responding.
Oh no.
Oh.
Oh.
Huh?
Huh? What?
Eh?
Uh-oh.
Well, let me finish my thought at least. The older woman keeps on looking down at her cards as you pass, thinking about what to play next, and not focusing on looking down rather than up as you pass. And it's just a perfect moment to do it. Do
Yeah,
you
me-
sneak over here?
You gone by.
Okay.
Keeping a lookout.
Hello?
Yes!
There.
There you
There you
are!
are.
There you are!
Discord the fucking... Okay, I'm here. Yes, what did I miss?
Nothing.
Nothing. We just waited for you to come back.
I'm sorry!
It's okay. It's okay. As you quickly look into this side cave that opens up into this big space next, you see a number of things that are quite interesting to you. First of all, you see a hunched over form of Jeska sitting in a cage. He doesn't have his face towards you, kind of weighing like a little bit to the side again, but he looks a little bit dejected. There is the backside of a rather athletic-looking woman with slightly darker skin, kneeling and muttering to herself in front of a statue. A statue that you remember once upon a dream. It is a crude wooden statue
with the rough likeness of a woman with leathery wings, bat-like ears. And she looks eerily similar to the statue you saw in the dream, where you picked up your unicorn.
My unicorn?
Mm-hmm. In in Defas.
Oh, right. All the way back then.
Yes.
I was like...
When we
So you mean the actual dream where you drink from the goblet? No. Okay. So
the dream that Madame Eva sent you, you forgot, and she brought back your memory of it. You realized that the unicorn was real, and it had a Taraka card inside of it. In the bowels of that household, wrapped up in this strange curse, there was this room with a statue in it that had a very strange presence. A presence that gave Aspida a physical marking.
Right.
And it takes you a little bit aback. It's like this lightning that goes through your head of like, what the fuck? Why is it here? But you're in
Can
the...
I
Mhm.
hear what she's saying, or is it too low?
It's a bit too low for what you're standing here. She's not seemingly saying it to anybody but to herself, so it's like low mutterings. You'll have a easier time hearing what the woman and the older woman and the younger woman is saying behind you.
So Asphida's not here, right?
No, Asphida's not here. But this is going by in seconds. But if you remain here, you will remain in her sightline, right?
Yeah, no, of course. It's just like Nyx is... I'm trying to think of like, does Nyx just like walk into here? Or do we continue round? Asphyda can't sneak here. One way or another, it's like if we get caught here, there is a showdown. From what I can see in these seconds, what is this person wearing?
It's like an amalgamation of tatted hides, leathers, furs. Part of it have ripped, parts of it has stretched, part of it has been slashed through by battles of yore. But it's rough, it's heavy, and it seems pretty warm still. It's not fancy by any means of the word.
I guess he's looking to see if there's any sort of adornments or some sort of insignia or some representation that it determines her hierarchy, I guess. Her alpha status. Or if she is just like a grunt. Because I can see this other pupper over there.
Yes, that one is a dire wolf. It's bigger than a normal wolf, and he is sitting on his haunches and is basically looking at the children in the cages. She's just seeing her back, and she's kneeled. So if she has any like insignias on her, it's not something that she has on her clothing from the back. So you're not entirely sure.
I guess, I mean, at this point, I'm just going to look at Illyria.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a heckin' gamble.
I don't know, but if there's only 11 of them. And there's 6 children of that 11. I mean, we're 5.
But we can at least protect these 3. I say we go in there. Try and see if we can get the jump on her.
Okay, I'm with you. Is that what you think is best?
Don't know where this other person is, but
I don't think we should stray too far, engaging into conflict with, Asfad up there, so...
exactly. And if
Closer the
Asphodel
better.
were here, if Asphodel was here, she wouldn't hesitate twice.
It's the children, right? It's the children, that's why we're here.
Let's do it. And Nyx gives Ezzy a look to say, "Let's go," and looks to Hermatia.
She
And-
inches towards her belt and she brings up this silver gleam of her hand axe. She nods back.
Mhm. Okay.
Hamatia will call the eagles to be near us, as to be in.
Do you talk
Zoom
telepathically to them as well? Oh yeah, you
Yeah.
do. You do, right?
Yeah, I think
you?
so.
No, you
Let
don't.
me check. Let me check.
I don't believe you have a telepathic connection to your summoned creatures.
Then how do I understand what the fuck I want from them?
Well, they understand you.
I
Oh,
think so. Yeah.
okay, so I can't call them. Fuck! I sent them a telegram.
That's why
sense
that's kinda why I asked what you tell. That's
Well, we
important.
said if Sol comes out, then they come after us. That was the message.
Yeah,
So the appearance of soul.
I'm gonna send so.
Okay.
Okay.
And Nyx goes in.
All right. Okay. You step in. You're trying to sneak up on her, I presume.
Yeah, we're stealthing.
It's a little bit hard with the direwolf just sitting there and kind of watching the room. But you as you walk in, trying to be as stealthy as possible, hoping that the wolf doesn't see you or the woman who is kneeling doesn't hear you, as Soul goes flying up to pick up Asphoda. We are going to end tonight's episode of Curse About a Misery to get Illyria in here before we start combat next. Maybe combat next.
The suspense.
Probably combat.